All right, what have I been tucking into here? Well, this is an apple ginger muffin with oatmeal streusel. I mean, it's anything you can imagine. It's delicious. And it really has a lot of butter in it, so you don't need more butter, but if you know me, you know I like my butter. Christopher Walken said, more cowbell. I say, more butter. And just slather some of that, slather some of that in there. And let's have a bite of that. Oh, yeah. Little pieces of candied ginger in there, just pop flavor in there. Hit pieces of apple, and then that streusel. You got to make some of this. Let's go to the kitchen right now. All right, so the first thing we're going to do when we make our muffins is we're going to make the streusel. I like to make the streusel ahead of time, put it aside, and it's all ready to go in the muffins once the muffin batter is ready. I don't want that muffin batter standing too long before it goes in the oven. So what we've got here for the streusel is we've got a half a cup of flour, a half a cup of rolled oats, a third of a cup of my favorite raw cane sugar, kind of like a light brown sugar, and then over here I've got 6 tablespoons of butter cut into little cubes and still cold from the refrigerator. So first thing I'm going to do is toss all the ingredients into the food processor. So I got throw in the flour, throw in the oats, throw in the sugar. All I like to do now is just give it a quick zap just to mix everything up a little bit, but not too much, just, that's good. All right. Now I'm going to toss the butter in there. And then I'm going to do is pulse this. I want to pulse it. And I want to get that butter chopped up in little tiny pieces, like about 1/8 of an inch, 2-3 millimeters, somewhere around there. Perfect. Well, let's have a look at that. Grab my favorite spatula over here. Just, oh yeah, kind of meal here is like little pieces. You see, some pieces of little butter are just a little bit over 1/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to zap that just a little bit more. All right, a few of them are like that. It doesn't really matter. I just want the majority to be around about 1/8 of an inch or 2 to 3 millimeters. So you look at that. That looks pretty good. You can see it's all kind of like a meal now. All right, so what I'm going to do now, transfer that to a bigger bowl. And set that aside. I'll be back in a minute. Going to make the muffins. All right, that's looking good. Break up with the stuff that's sitting at the bottom. All right, now you can do that is you throw that back in the refrigerator for a little, keep it chilled. Keeps the butter just nice. All right. Okay. See you back here in a minute. We'll have the rest of the fixings and we're going to make our muffins. So now that the streusel is made, let's make the muffins. So for the muffins, what I've got here, I've got 1 3/4 cups of flour. I've got here 1 apple. That's an apple about that size right there. 1 apple, finely chopped. I don't peel it, I just remove the core and then chop it up finely. Over here I've got 2/3 of a cup of minced, kind of a candied dried ginger. Now, if you want to learn more about that, there is a kitchen tech and focus on ingredients video on the Patreon feed that goes over it and how minced it up into little pieces like this. Over here I've got the sugar. This is a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, light brown sugar, or what I always use is my favorite. It's like a natural cane sugar. It's just a light brown like that. Over here, I've got 1/4 cup of butter melted. I've got 3/4 of a cup of plain yogurt. I've got 1 egg. I've got a teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon powder. So that's first of all, let's get the dry ingredients together. So I'll take this here. I'm going to toss the salt and the cinnamon and the baking soda into the flour. The sugar is going to go separately into something else. So just these ingredients, mix them around. That's why I combine them. Get it mixed throughout. You can smell cinnamon already. All right, set that off to one side. Now what I do is I'm going to take a large bowl and I'm going to put the sugar, the butter, and let's get all of that butter out there, that deliciousness. Okay, that, and we're gonna crack the egg in there. Good, that's all ready to go. Now I grab a mixer, and I'm just going to do is mix this up until it's nice and smooth. That was about a half a minute of mixing, and that's looking nice and smooth. I'm going to add the yogurt now. Put that all in there. All right, get the yogurt in there and just mix it a little bit more. That's good. And then what I want to do now is I've got this wet mix, I've got the dry mix. The dry mix goes into the wet mix. Actually, we'll just reuse this guy here. Why make more dirty dishes, right? So bring that in there. All I need to do now is fold this in. Just keep folding and mixing. There we go. Once it's basically come together, that's good. I don't want to overmix it. You never want to overmix batter for muffins. And also we're still going to add in the apple and the ginger. Oh, that's going to be good. And then we're going to mix it and get that distributed throughout. Oh, lovely ginger smell in here right now. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So now what I do is I take a spoon. I'm going to use a spoon to put the spoonfuls of this into muffin tins. So let's have a taste of that. Yeah. Even without the ginger, this is in there right now. Really good. So what I've got here, I've prepared 2 6-cup muffin tins, 6 muffin tins, and I've just lined them with paper, and then I just drop a large dollop into each one. A big dollop in there. Let's keep you even. All right, so I've divvied it up amongst the 3 cups, leaving a little space for the streusel. So let's bring in the streusel. Let's use a different spoon here. Now remember, I'm not using all of the streusel. This is also being used for something else, so I made a rather large batch. I like to make extra. You never know what you're going to use it for. It's great on toast and things. So, that's a little heavy. Spoon the streusel on top. Alright, so I've used about half of the streusel on here. That's about all it's going to fit on there. And I'm saving the rest to have on toast another morning. This can be kept covered in the fridge for a couple days. So just cover it up, put it away where it's chilled, and then when you're ready for it, put it on some toast or something, make some more muffins. It's always great to just make up a batch of it because there's so many uses for it. All right, these are going to go in the oven now at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. I'm going to go about 18 to 20 minutes. I'm looking to see that they're cooked and brown. I'm also going to give them the toothpick test when they come out, or in my case, a skewer test. Stick a skewer in there and see if it comes out clean. And then they're done. See you back here when they come out of the oven. All right, so those just came out of the oven. They have been baking in there for 18 minutes. So a little bit over actually by the time we got them out, 18 and a half minutes. And I think they're about ready, so let's give them the test. We're gonna take a skewer and run that skewer in at an angle. Feels pretty cakey. Well, that's come out totally clean. So I'm going to do one more. Yep, a couple dry crumbs on there. Those are ready. Fantastic. So now what you do is let them cool down for a while, and then you've got yourself some delicious apple ginger muffins with oatmeal streusel. Great for breakfast or any other time of the day, actually. We're having these tonight. Dinner time. So anytime these are good. You know what is really nice? I'm going to try something really fantastic. While they're still hot, bring them out hot and put just a little bit of vanilla ice cream on there and let it drizzle down through that. Oh my, is that delicious. All right, if you like this recipe, make sure you check around on our channel. We've got a lot more. There's tons of original Kuma's Kitchen Kevin Riley recipes on there. And there's more coming, so make sure you subscribe because there's a new one coming out every Monday. Also, if you're not yet a patron of Kuma's Kitchen, well, consider becoming one. For as little as $3 a month, you can support creation of original recipes. And on top of that, you get access to all kinds of cool stuff that our patrons get. Things like the focus on ingredients and kitchen tech, but also a lot of stuff like hiking in Japan and this is Japan and things like that too. Because, hey, I live in Osaka, Japan. All right, now go make these delicious muffins and enjoy them. And make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.